Hi, my name is Krista Calla, and today I would like to discuss with you rosin. Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of bad information out there online about rosin. First, I'd like to show you the correct way to rosin your bow. I believe you should use 2 to 4 strokes each time you're going to play the violin, as opposed to putting on a bunch of rosin at the beginning of the week and then gradually using it up as the week progresses. The reason I do not agree with that approach to rosining your bow is I feel that it's very important for your violin playing to always feel and be consistent. And if sometimes you're playing with a lot of rosin and other times you have not so much rosin on your bow, you are going to feel a difference in your bow control and the amount of grip your bow has on your strings. So if you put a lot of rosin on Monday, by the time Friday's rolling around, you don't have that much rosin left on your bow. And I don't see any sense in shooting yourself in the foot by doing that. So I think you should put the same amount of rosin on each day, depending on how much you're going to play. So in my own case, if I'm just doing a typical rehearsal or teaching, something like that, I'll put on 2 strokes of rosin. However, if I have a performance and I'm playing a Mahler symphony, a Wagner opera, even a Brahms symphony, I'll probably put 4 strokes on because I need a little bit more bow grip on the strings. Okay, so when you're rosining your bow, you want to rosin the entire bow. You don't want to put like a big pile of rosin on at the frog, a big pile of rosin on at the tip, and not so much in the middle. That's because when you're using your bow, you use the entire bow. You don't favor one part over another. You play with your entire bow. So when you put rosin on, you want to put the rosin on the whole bow. So here's some rosin. I'm going to show you my 2 strokes. It's just like this. You go down and you come up. That's it. And if you're going to do 4, you do that again. 3, 4. All the way to the bottom. Very simple. So I started all the way down here at the frog and went all the way up to the tip. Okay? Another thing you do not want to do, you don't want to touch your bow to see if you have enough rosin on it. We never want to touch our bow hair. When we touch the hair of our bow, we have oils, hopefully not dirt, but some people have grubby hands, sweaty hands, so they'll have sweat, dirt from their hands that gets onto your horsehair, and it will then make it, when you try to play over that spot, the bow will kind of slip and slide. So you always want to have clean hands when you play the violin and never touch your horsehair. So I'm not even going to show you, but don't touch your hair with your fingers. It's so wrong. Okay, so that's how to rosin your bow. It's pretty simple. You just do that every time. If I go off to the bathroom and come back, play, I don't put rosin on my bow again. I don't need to do that. It's pretty much good for the day. When you get some rosin for the first time, it's beautiful and it's shiny. Can you see? It's very smooth and it's very shiny. After you've used rosin for a while, it's not as shiny anymore. It looks a little bit powdery. So when you're using your rosin, you don't want to just do it in a groove in the middle every time, because you will end up with a groove over the years. You want to rotate your rosin, so each time you're putting it, using a different part of the rosin cake. Okay, back to your new rosin. When you get the rosin at first, you can take this and try putting it on. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to come off on your bow. So I've had people ask me why I have new rosin, it's not working. What's the problem? I take a nail file, and it's painful to do, but because it's so pretty, you just scratch it up. I don't know if you can see. You have to scratch it up, get it to the powdery part underneath. Just scratch it up, and then it will work now. So I've already put a bunch of rosin on here. I don't really want to do it again, so I'm not going to press, but I can do this, and now the powdery rosin will come onto my bow. You don't need to scratch your rosin cake up every single time you put rosin on. Just the first time. That's enough. The last thing I would like to demonstrate is, if you have a new violin, a new bow, you might pick up your bow and you try to play and you get no sound out of it. That's because you have no rosin. A lot of times when you get a bow rehair, they'll put some powdered rosin. The luthier will put some powdered rosin on your hair, and that gets you start making some sound. I'd like to demonstrate. This is a brand new bow, has no rosin on it, and you're going to see what you hear. Doesn't do anything. Once you start putting rosin on it, it's going to take a good bit because the rosin has to really work its way through all the hair. So this is one time when you really do start scraping, or not scraping, I guess, pushing on it. This is not how you normally rosin the bow, or how I do. I'm just going to see if that's enough, just to see if it makes a little bit of sound. Not the best sound, not the best quality, but as you can see, I'm starting to be able to make some noise with the bow. So if you have a new bow and you're making no sound, you need rosin on it. If you have also a new cake of rosin and you put it on your new bow and nothing still happens, make sure you've scratched your rosin up. Okay? Hope that helps and you have some good information about rosin now. Thank you very much.